Shane Smith, happy to have you on, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah, we'll give you knuckles real quick. All right, let's start off with this. Brandon Woodruff was just here, and I know having somebody like of that caliber here in the clubhouse, how has that experience been?
It's been great. You know, he first shows up, and it's you know, we got a big league all-star here, and he's he's here to get his work in. Then you realize he's just a guy like us. He's been in our shoes before. I don't pick his brain too much in terms of asking him questions, but I just pay attention to a lot of stuff that he does. Yeah, throwing programs, stuff like that. Yeah,
I was just going to ask you if you had any chance to talk to him, but did he? I know lots of times when big leaguers are here, they'll sometimes like get the spread or hook you guys up. What did he do?
He hooked us up in Dayton a couple of times. Got us some steaks from Fleming's, which was pretty sweet. Yeah. And then last night he got us another steak from Texas Roadhouse. So he's been treating us well when he's been here.
Dude, that's sick. Is he gone? Is he back in the?
Yeah, I think yesterday was the last time he was here.
That's awesome. All right, so you've been electric recently. For those who don't know your background, your baseball story, where does it all begin for you?
Like the very beginning, or
a summarized version.
Yeah, I mean I've played ever since I was a little kid. My dad played in college, so I've been around it for a long time. Played in high school, played 3 sports in high school, played baseball as well. Went to Wake Forest, had shoulder surgery my freshman year, so I missed that. And then my sophomore year was COVID, so I got about like maybe 12 innings in that year. And then I got Tommy John in my 3rd start in my junior year. Rehabbed all from 2021 to like the end, like August of 2022. Made my debut in the ACL, and then just had a healthy off season, which was awesome. And then coming to spring training, and this is my first pro season. Trying to stay healthy, trying to pitch as much as I can, and enjoy being at the ballpark again.
100%. So you mentioned, or I read, that you played basketball, football, and baseball, and you were pretty good at all of them. What was your favorite sport growing up?
I really liked football growing up.
What position?
I always wanted to be quarterback, but I was always so big at my age that I couldn't touch the ball. That was like a rule. You had to be like under a certain weight limit. So I was a left tackle for a lot of my time. But high school I played linebacker and tight end. And in basketball, I was just pure defense and energy guy. Not too much point scoring, but it was good to play.
Yeah. At what point did you realize like baseball is like your path moving forward?
Roughly like summer into my sophomore year of high school. I was getting some interest for baseball. And if you're playing college football, you got to really buy into that. And I think I realized that I'd be better at baseball, and I started to really enjoy kind of the nuance of the game in baseball. So I chose.
How was the recruiting process? Obviously, there was a couple of universities and colleges that were looking to recruit you. You ended up going to Wake Forest, but like, how was that whole process for you?
We went into it, trying to take it slow, not really rushing any decisions. Saw some schools, a lot of schools in Carolinas. I talked to local schools. And, we met with Wake Forest, met with the coach Walter there, who's nothing but good words for him. And we met the coaching staff, saw the great facilities they have, and just said it's a similar size to my high school as well. It's the smallest ACC school, smallest Power 5. So went there and said it was a great fit, and it was. Awesome.
Did you went to school with Antonio Menendez, my guy? Were you there for the game where he did that whole bottle flip that got him on ESPN?
He was he had a habit of doing that pretty often. And I think one of the days they panned the camera over to him because I knew that he was going to do it. And I think he loved it. We all loved it. And I worked out with him this offseason a little bit too, and he still did it before his pens. So he's still doing it.
Yeah, he's electric when it comes to that kind of stuff. He was telling me that he was on Barstool, ESPN, and he ended up getting like only a couple followers on Instagram and stuff like that. He was kind of upset about that.
He was hoping for probably a little bigger upside, but it's still cool to be on there.
Oh, dude, that's electric. I think he also told me there was one game, I want to say it was like Duke or something, when like the manager tried to get him thrown out of the game because he was just chirping a lot.
I think that was my freshman year.
Okay.
So I was redshirt, so I didn't travel.
Oh, sure.
But I heard they're like throwing meat sticks at him, and like cheese sticks and stuff, and trying to get him out. So that's pretty electric.
Yeah, absolutely. So you also went to school at Brock, the new first-round pick for the Brewers. How was that? What do the Brewers expect from him?
I can only go off what I know. I was a junior when he was a freshman.
Oh, okay.
He's just lights out. He loves the game, loves being at the park, great teammate. And I'm excited to see what he does in Pro Bowl. I mean, he's killed it the last 2 years, so I think only good things are going to come.
Absolutely. Have you reached out to him since he's been drafted?
Yeah, I texted him after he got picked up.
That's sick.
I'm curious to see if or when he comes here. But, I'd love to see him soon.
Absolutely. I'd love to get him on.
Yeah, right.
So you went through a lot of adversities in your college experience. Obviously, you had injuries and Tommy John, correct?
Yeah, Tommy John.
And all that kind of stuff. How do you stay mentally tough? Because obviously now in Pro Bowl, there's ups, downs. Like, what do you do?
I think that I had shoulder surgery first, and then I was like, okay, it's a little hiccup, we'll be back. And then Tommy John was tough, draft year. You think of all these things going to college of what your career is going to plan out to be, and it never really is the same with what you plan it. Just kind of one day at a time, really, was all I could do.
Yeah.
You have each benchmark in your rehab that you can, you start throwing, start plyo, stuff like that. It's just staying on it one day at a time, and whatever you have that day, you got to give it all. It might not be 100%, it might be 75%, but you got to give 100% of that 75.
That's awesome. For sure, absolutely. So you started with the Mudcats, and now you're here. I think you had at one point the Mudcats like a 15 and a third or 2/3 or something like that, scoreless streak, and you've been pretty electric here. When you're throwing that well, do you just like want the ball, or are you just like, yo, like let me toss it? Like I'm feeling good right now.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. When you feel really comfortable on the mound, there's not much that can really knock you off unless you really let it.
Yeah.
You're going to give up hits. Like I gave up a homer in my second outing here, which that stinks.
It happens.
But we still get the win as a team, and you're just in a groove. You want to make sure you're doing the work out there, so you're not. If you're lazy out there, it's going to translate to the mound. So it's just kind of keeping on that every day.
Do you change your routine or anything, or are you just like, I'm keeping everything the same? I don't know if you're like superstitious or anything.
Not too bad. I'll do some stuff in my apartment in terms of like feeling out my lower half. Just kind of tinkering with stuff all the time, and if it translates out here, I'll keep it. If it doesn't, I'll be like, all right, just get rid of that thought.
Do you have any like routines you keep a strict on, or like even like on your obviously your reliever, so you know when you're going in and stuff, but do you have like any routines that you kind of keep like no matter what?
Yeah, just in terms of getting in the weight room before I go out to stretch every day, get some soft tissue done, whether it's like my hips to open up my back, or after 42 on Wednesday, just making sure I'm eligible to throw the next time out. But yeah, just staying on the body, staying on the mind.
Yeah, awesome. I'm a big fan of getting to know players off the field. When you're not pitching, what do you do for fun?
Most recently, it's been the golf course, which has been the most fun I've had.
Are there some good golf courses in this area or no?
There's a couple good ones. We played in Carolina a good amount, but just something to get me away from baseball for a little bit. We live, breathe this game, and you can't do it all the time. Like we might talk baseball out there, but we try not to. And we're out there having fun, being outside. I got a good roommate, Nick Merkel, so we hang out.
Okay. How good is your golf game?
It's not great.
It's better than mine, I'll tell you that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's like if I shoot under 100, I'm like, this is the best day ever.
Feeling good?
Yeah. I'm more about good shots over good rounds.
Yeah.
So good rounds aren't going to come yet, but if I make good shots, it's a good thing.
Yeah. So this question is from an Instagram page called Brewers Farm.
Okay.
For those who don't follow him, check him out. He's always posting about Brewers. I'm sure he's tagged you a few times.
He does a great job.
He wants to know, what's the toughest part of your rehab last year, and also what's been the key to your success this year?
Toughest part about rehab last year,
or I guess the year when you were rehabbing.
A lot of it's like when you start throwing again, and you might feel something, and you want to get away from that feeling, so you just start tinkering a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And it just makes it worse for you, because if you just stay what you're doing, it'll work itself out. But I had a problem cutting the ball to a point where, I'm not going to say the word, but it was tough to play catch.
Sure.
Like, I got 50 feet away. I was thinking everything out front. Like, what do I do with my hand? Where's my wrist? And it's just kind of like, just move. It'll come out of your hand right, and but it's a constant process every single day.
Yeah.
What's the second?
So what's the key to your success this year?
I just think enjoying being at the park.
Yeah.
Pitching wise, I think getting ahead in the count has been my best friend this year. Just starting ahead, either 0-1 or first 3 pitches having 2 strikes. If I can do that, then my day is a lot easier.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So this is another question from another Instagram page, also a podcast. They're called the Brewers Babes.
Okay.
So I'll probably tag them and look them up. They want to know, what's the funniest celebration in the dugout or bullpen that you've been part of? In college or pro?
Yeah. In my first day here, I think we were in Quad Cities, and Metzinger hit a double. Mm-hmm. And then everybody in the pen got up and started like waddling like a penguin.
Okay.
And I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, whenever Mets hits a double, we just do a penguin waddle, and he looks at us. So no explanation for why or how that came about. But yeah, I was like, all right, I'm bought in now. I'm with the Timber Rattlers, so I got to be a part of it. But I still got a lot of questions about that one.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna ask him actually later on when I see him, but I know he'll comment on in a post with the little penguin. So I'm not sure if that's like
there's a lot of questions there.
Yeah, I'm gonna find answers. I'll let you know once I do some investigative work here.
Please do.
All right, what's the randomest thing or weirdest thing you've been asked to autograph here?
Not anything out of the ordinary too much. A couple hats, a couple gloves. But mostly, run-of-the-mill cards. I've been asked to sign Russell Smith stuff.
They just think you're him?
Yeah, like, Russ, it's all right, wrong guy. He's not with us.
Sorry, Russ.
Yeah, shout out to you, Russ. But yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary yet, but I'm hoping something cool would be pretty sick.
Awesome. And who was your favorite player growing up, or like a pitcher you wanted to emulate, or if you did, like, is there somebody like you kind of model your game after?
I really loved Max Scherzer growing up. Stuff-wise, I didn't really think about it when I was younger, but I just kind of saw the way he attacked hitters and just the look on his face.
Yeah, Mad Max.
He's yelling in his glove.
Yeah.
And I don't do all that stuff, but I try and have that mentality of, it's me versus you right now, and I'm going to do everything I can to win.
100%.
And I think that's what Max does, and that's, I saw that in him early at a young age, and I said, that's the mentality that I want to have.
Yeah, awesome. What is your favorite dugout, or I guess bullpen snack?
I've been huge on trail mix lately.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Welch's gummies. I don't like a lot of guys with those.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a huge raisins guy, so I take the raisins out.
Yeah.
My mom would not be happy with me.
No, I'm not a big raisins guy. What about high chews? Like, have you had high chews?
Yes, I have.
Those are good.
Yeah, I like those.
I'll be snacking on those all the time.
Yeah, trail mix is good. I'm a huge. If the trail mix has like the peanut butter chips in it.
Oh, game over. That's
that
good.
Bag's gone for sure.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. All right, last question. If you can have anyone in the history of baseball watch you pitch or watch you play, who would it be?
History.
Or even if you could have anybody it doesn't have to be baseball. If you can have anybody watch you pitch, who would it be?
My mom always says that I've never met my mom's father.
Okay.
My mom always says that he would love to be at every game that I throw, and I think that would be really cool for me and my mom just to have that. Have that connection and that generational thing. I think my mom would love that, and I would love that.
Awesome. Well, hey, that's a good spot to end right there.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming on, dude.